Vice President Harris is having a dude problem. She's got 99 problems, and dudes seem to be all of them. I think it's a little weird that men are saying that they don't want to vote for Kamala Harris, especially they're saying black men. But it also seems a little weird. Like, why you got to blame black men for everything? You know what I mean? It's not the black man's fault. Why has everything got to be the black man's fault? You know what I mean? But even Barack Obama is saying that black men aren't feeling voting for Harris. When is this like everyone's got to have so many feelings about this? Like, this is, oh, I just have so many feelings about a strong black woman in power. Oh, I have so many feelings about it. I don't know. I don't have so many feelings about it. I feel like it's a civic duty to vote. So who you gonna vote for? But everybody in the news is saying black men just ain't gonna show up. They just ain't gonna show up. Well, like, that's been the way it's been for a long time with African American voters, not just the men, but African American voters don't generally show up in the numbers that we would hope in when we're picking our leaders. If they would, then we might actually, make a little headway in the progress department. But one of the issues being that it's harder for a black man to vote than anybody else in America. Citizens who have the birthright citizenship, people who have their birthright taken away from them at the polls because they, I don't know, have a felony on their record, or what's worse, they have a name that is similar to someone who has a felony. This happens a lot where your uncle or your brother or people have similar names, and the person who is innocent, has never committed a crime, loses their right to vote because at the poll they just don't like them. They just don't like the cut of their jib, and they happen to have a name that is off limits, so they don't let them vote. But that aside, I think it's interesting, and I think we all have something to learn about what the new plan is to get black men to vote, especially just men in general, but black men in particular. One of those ways she wants to start talking about how African Americans have been left behind in the cannabis business. Why, when for so long black people were put in jail for dealing marijuana, and now that it's legalized, black men are not part of the new business. It's all white people running the business. It's kind of sickening if you think about it. Most people, when marijuana was illegal, probably went to well, I hate to say it, you probably went to a black dude who was your drug dealer. That's probably what you did. And the jails are filled with people who did minor crimes when it came to marijuana, filled by people like Kamala Harris, who put those men in jail for long periods of time because her job was to enforce the law. Now she's saying that she wants to start incentivizing black men to enter the cannabis business and give them clear ways in the opportunity economy to get into the cannabis business. I think that's kind of cool because it does seem pretty effed up that black men bore the brunt of what happened when it was illegal, and now are not reaping any of the rewards when it's legal. That's really messed up. Then she's saying that we need to talk about crypto more, that men want to talk about crypto. And I think, wow, maybe that's something I should be talking about. Maybe we should talk more about crypto. Maybe animals need an NFT. I remember a while back I wanted to have NFTs that would give money to animals in sanctuaries. We would raise money through NFTs. That was a project I did. It didn't go anywhere. It didn't really work out. I didn't really have the audience back then. But I mean, wouldn't it be cool if we had an NFT and people could participate in crypto, and then that money could go towards animal rights act stuff, animal rights stuff? I think that'd be pretty neat. What if she starts talking about crypto and how black men can get into crypto more, and how black men can benefit from what's going on in the crypto market? Could be kind of interesting, something to get the dudes excited about, right? The opportunity agenda for black men is meant to invigorate African American males at a moment where there are fears some may sit out the election rather than vote for Harris or her opponent. Black dudes don't want to vote for Donald Trump either, but we need black dudes to turn out in order to. I think it doesn't really matter how they vote. I think it matters that we empower minorities of all kinds to participate in the democracy so that they're able to maybe put their thumb on the scale a little bit for their own benefit. There's a method by which in America you can exert your power. You have a right to vote. People died for that right. The plan is going. She's just unveiled it because she's going to Erie, Pennsylvania, where she's visiting a black-owned small business and hold a campaign rally. Yep, black men. Barack Obama said they're not feeling the idea of having a woman as president, which is weird. Like, I thought that in the black community, I mean, I grew up around black people in LA. Most of my friends in like the first 15 years of my life were black people. I spent most of my time with black people until I was about 14, 15. And there were strong women role models in those families, like strong women. And it's weird to me that black men are being said now that they're not going to vote. Like, what happened to like strong black women? Like, I just, it's weird to me that that's a thing that's not. I don't know. What about athletes? Athletes are college graduates, black college graduates, male black college graduates. Why can't we get them to endorse? It makes sense to me. It doesn't seem like black male athletes are endorsing anybody. Why not? Taylor Swift could do it. Chapel Roan can do it. Why can't black athletes do it? Anyway, I think this crypto thing's kind of interesting. She's also saying she wants to give money to encourage black men into teaching positions. Only 1% of people are black. Oh, of teachers are black. Harris also pledging to expand existing federal programs that forgive some educational loans for public service to further encourage more black male teachers. So that's the thing that we do in the United States. If you go to school and you have a big loan because we don't pay teachers anything, if you go and become a teacher, they will expunge your loan, which is kind of cool, right? They'll forgive your loan. And she's trying to expand that and trying to get more black people into black communities, credentialing opportunities in apprenticeships, expanding that in local governments, in the National Urban League. I think that's kind of cool. The cryptocurrency thing kind of opened my eyes a little bit. I think that's pretty interesting. Like the cryptocurrency thing, saying that that's a good way to get black men or just men in general to start interesting about this, getting interested in the politics. I like it. I also think that maybe she should talk about the war. Like, I don't know, people who don't have money or feel like they're disenfranchised or feel like they I don't know, could easily be used as cannon fodder by the powers that be, they don't want to go to war. Now America just decided that we are going to send 100 people into Israel, 100 troops, a good clean 100, good C note. I don't know, I think that war disproportionately affects the lower economic statuses. And I think that would be something worth talking about too. I think a lot of people don't want to see their young boys go to, mostly boys, obviously. Of course, there's women going to war as well, but mostly young boys going to war in a country where they're not even understanding what the politics are. It's so murky and we don't know what side anybody's on. And I think it'd be worthwhile to talk about what we're going to do to not get into a war. I think that would be a cool thing. I would love to hear a presidential candidate right now explain how we are not going to send more troops to the Middle East. I would love to hear that. And I think black men would too. But maybe I'm wrong. Who am I? I'm not a black guy. I just think it's a little scary that we don't have we're not expecting a big black male turnout. So I hope they're all wrong, Bartleby. I hope they're wrong. Oh Bartleby, oh humanity. Don't forget to let me know on the comments what you think. What do you think is a good way to get black dudes to vote? Not vote Harris, not vote Trump, just vote. How do you get black dudes in particular and just dudes in general to vote? Let me know in the comments.